So hi class 10th students, today we are going to study about AP, and here we will study what is AP, what are the formulas which is very important in the AP chapter, and we will solve various types of questions also. After watching this video you will get a clear concept of AP, and whatever questions will come in your way you can solve any question. Okay students, so the main target is you have to think in your mind that you are going to achieve 100 out of 100 in maths, because success happen two times, first in mind and then in reality. So in mind you have to think that you are going to attain 100% in your maths exam, and then you have to work according to that. So student, without wasting any time, let's start the chapter. Thank you. So yes students, let's start the chapter arithmetic progression. So students, let me give an example. Suppose there is an auditorium. Okay, there are 30 rows are there. In the first row if we have 20 seats, in the second row if we have 24 seats, and then in the third row we have 28 seats. Okay, and it is asking what is the total number of seats in the auditorium. So here you are going to use the formula of arithmetic progression, because we have to do the sum. So firstly we have 20, then it's 24, then we have 28. So what is the difference between the second term and the first term? It is coming to be 4, because 24 minus 20 is 4, then 28 minus 24 is again 4, like that. So here we will use the AP formula to calculate the number of rows and what is the total number of seats in that rows. Okay, so further on when we will study this chapter you will know more clearly when we are going to use the AP. Okay, so let's start the chapter. So students, what do I mean by arithmetic progression? In arithmetic progression, here we will see that the term and the preceding term, its difference is going to be the constant. Suppose I am giving you example, like students, here if I am writing some number, like if we have 5, if we have 5 number, then if it's 10, then it's 15, then it's 20, and so on. Okay, so what we can see here, we can see that the first term is how much here? The first term is 5, then the second term is 10, then the third term is 15, and so on. So what can I say here? When you will analyze, here can you see that the difference, that is the difference between the terms, that is the second term and the first term. Here you can say that the difference, here you can see that the difference between the second term and the first term is how much here? 10 minus 5 will be equal to 5. Then what will be the difference between the second term and the third term? Here you will say that it is going to be 15 minus 10. So again it's going to be 5, like that. So we can say that when you will, here the fourth term is 20 and the third term is 15. Again when you will do the difference we will have 5 again. So what can we say? Here you can see that the difference is always coming to be the constant number. So whenever these sequence will be given where there will be a constant difference between the term and the preceding term, we will say that it is in the form of AP. Okay students, so this difference is nothing but we will denote it by D, which is called the common difference in case of arithmetic progression. Okay, so here students, D can be positive, negative or 0. Okay, D can be positive, it can be negative or 0. What do I mean by that? If you are given something like if we are given 5, 5, 5, 5, like this, if this sequence is given, and if it will be asked that whether this sequence is in AP or not, then you are going to say, you are firstly calculate the common difference. Here it's coming to be 5 minus 5 is 0, then again 5 minus 5 is 0, so it's in the form of AP, and here the common difference is 0. Okay, so now students, when we have AP, there is two types of AP. One, it will be in the finite AP, and the second will be the infinite AP. What do I mean by finite AP? Here the number of terms will be fixed. Suppose I am giving you example like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and suppose the last term is here 200. Okay, so here you can see that the number of terms is fixed because the last term is known, which is 200. And in case of infinite AP, the series will be like this: 2, 4, 6, 8,
10. But here the number of terms is not given. Here when the number of terms is not fixed, then we will say that it is in the form of infinite AP. Okay students, so what we can say here, the first term is A. Okay, so here we can say it is 2. If this series is considered, here the first term is A, which is 2. Then you are adding what? You are adding the common difference, which is 4 minus 2 is 2. So for the second term, what we are doing? A is already here, the first term is there, and then you are adding the common difference. Here you can say that the common difference is 2. So we are having 2 plus 2 is 4. And now what about the third term? Third term will be A plus 2D, because here A will be again 2 plus 2 into 2 will be 4. So we are going to get 6. So students, in this way, what can we write? Here, if the fifth term would be there, here if I have the fifth term, it will be A plus 4D. If I will have the 20th term, then it will be A plus 19D. Now suppose I have the nth term. What its formula is going to be? Here it will be, you can say that when it is 20th term, the number which is in the multiplication with D is 1 less than this. So we will have A plus n minus 1 into D. So students, this is a very important formula of AP. Here we can know that the Tn term can be found how? By A plus n minus 1 into D. By applying this formula, you can find the term. Now students, we have some definite question which is very much important for your exam. So like this question is there, write the first 3 terms of an AP whose first term and common difference is 7 and 5 respectively. Okay, so here what we have been given, here we are asked about the first 3 terms, and which series is given here. Here the first term is given, which is A. It is written 7 here. And what about D? The common difference is given 5. So students, the series will be in the form of A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D. Like this we will have. And here what we have to find? Here we have to find the first 3 terms. So we have to find A1, we have to find A2, and we have to find A3. So till now what you know, that whatever you have studied in AP, the difference will be the constant here. So the first term is here 7, it's already given. For the second term I am going to find A plus D, which is A plus D is how much here? It is 7 plus 5, which is equal to 12. Then we have A plus 2D. A is here 7 and D is 5. So 2 into 5 will be 10. So we will have 17. So students, the first term is 7, the second term is 2, and the third term is 17. Okay, so we have to write the first 3 terms. So we are getting the answer. Now students, see the second question. It is saying check whether the following are in AP or not. Here you have been given a series and you have to find whether the following is in AP or not. Okay, so the first question is 9, 15, 21, 27 and so on. We have to check whether it's AP or not. To find whether it's AP or not, what we have to find? We have to find whether the common difference is constant or not. That is, the common difference should be fixed. It should be a fixed number. It can be positive, it can be 0, or it can be negative. Okay, so here in the first sequence you can say that for the common difference, how much is T2 minus T1 is how much here? It is 15 minus 9. 15 minus 9 is how much? It's 6. Similarly, for T3 minus T2, we will get 21 minus 15. Again, it's coming to be 6. Then you will see what is T4 minus T3. Then again, it's coming 27 minus 21, which is equal to 6. So you can see that the common difference is fixed. D is fixed. It's always 6. So we can say this is in the form of AP. Okay, so this is in the form of AP. Now see the second question. For the second question we have root 2, and the second term of the second question is root 8. Okay, and then we have 18. So here we have t1 is equal to root 2, t2 is equal to root 8. Students, root 8, how you can write it in another way? We can write it as 4 into 2. Now when 4 will come outside, it will be 2 root 2. Similarly, t3 is how much here? T3 is under root 18, which is equal to 9 into 2. So we will have 3 root 2, like this. So students, for finding whether it is in AP or not, what we are going to say? For finding the common difference, what we will do? We will do t2 minus t1. t2 minus t1 is how much here? 2 root 2 minus root 2. So students, can you tell me what will be the answer? Root 2 you are going to take common, so we will have 2 minus 1. So we will have root 2. Again for D, if we will calculate t3 minus t2, what we are going to get? 3 root 2 minus 2 root 2. So again it's coming to be root 2. And similarly we have root 32, so it will be 4 root 2. So the common difference is fixed here, so this will also be in the form of AP. So since D is fixed, this is in the form of AP. Now students, let's see what is the third question. Here the third question is, the series is given as 10, 10, 10, like this we have given. So is it in AP or not? So students, earlier we have discussed that the common difference can be 0 also. So when you are subtracting the first term from the second term, you are getting 0. When you are subtracting second term from the third term, you are getting 0 again. So this is again in the form of AP. So all these three are in AP. Now let's check about the fourth one. So students, for the fourth question, we have t1 is given 1 by 2, t2 is given 1 by 4, t3 is given 1 by 8. Okay, like this it is given, and t4 is given t4 is given 1 by 16. So for finding the common difference, we will do t2 minus t1. Can you tell me what answer will be? It will be 1 by 4 minus 1 by 2. So 4 will be the LCM. We will have 1 minus 2, which is minus 1 by 4. Similarly, t3 minus t2, we will have 1 by 8 minus 1 by 4. So 8 will be the LCM here. We will have 1 minus 2, which is again, so here we have 1 minus 1 by 8. Okay, so you can say that the difference is not coming same. Similarly, if you will have t4 minus t3, then what is coming? 1 by 16 minus 1 by 8. Okay, so 16 will be the LCM. Now we are getting 1 minus 2, which is minus 1 by 16. So you can say that the common difference is not fixed here. So this series will not be in the form of AP. So students, this is a very simple question. I hope you all are getting. To find whether the following is in AP or not, just you have done is you have find the common difference, and if it is fixed, that if it is same, then it is in the form of AP. If the common difference is different, then we will say that it is not in the form of AP. Now let's move to the fourth question. Here students, we have to find the nth term of the following AP. For Tn, you have already studied that Tn is how much? First term is A, second term is A plus 2D, third term is A plus, first term is A. So students, now the question is find the nth term of the following AP. Okay, so we have already studied that first term is A, second term is A plus 2D. So students, now we have the question, find the nth term of the following AP. So students, we have already studied that in an AP we have first term is A, then the second term is A plus D, then the third term is a plus 2d, like that. So we have derived that Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. So for the first question we have a is how much here, 5, and d is how much? Common difference will be, it's already given that it's in the form of AP, so the common difference will be the same. So we will have 11 minus 5, which is equal to 6. Okay, 17 minus 11 is also 6. Okay, so Tn will be how much? 5 plus n minus 1 into 6. So when you will further simplify, we will have 5 plus 6n minus 6. So we have 6n minus 1. Now let's see about the second question. For the second question we have a is equal to 16. D is how much here? D is equal to, here the series is given. So 9 minus 16. Okay. So 9 minus 16 is given. So it will be minus 7. Yes students, it's going to be minus 7, because see, here when T3 minus T2 is also done, we will have 2 minus 9, which is equal to minus 7. Minus 5 minus 2 is again coming as minus 7. So D is minus 7 here. Now we already know that Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, which is 16 plus n minus 1 into minus 7. So students, we have 16 minus 7n plus 7. So we have 16 and 7 is how much here? 16, and here we have 23 minus 7n. So the Tn term will be 23 minus 7n. Okay students. So what we have done here, Tn we already know that it is a plus n minus 1 into d. Then we have put the formula of a, then we have put the value of a and d, and then we have got the answer. Now students, another question is there. We have to find the value of p for which the numbers this are in AP. Okay. So we have already been given that these terms are in AP. So how we are going to find it? We know that the common difference will be same. So I can say that T3 minus T2 is going to be equal T2 minus T1, because common difference is same here. T3 is how much here? 11 minus 3p plus 1. And what is T2 here? T2 is 3p plus 1 minus T1 is 2p minus 1. So we have 11 minus 1 will be 10, and we will have minus 3p. Similarly, we have 3p minus 2p is how much? P plus 1 minus 1 will be plus 1 again. So we will have p plus 2. So students, when minus 3p will go in the RHS side, we will have 4p is equal to 2 will come here. So we will have 8. So p is equal to 8 by 4, which is 2. So we have to find the value of p. So we have got the value of p as 2, and then we have to find the numbers. So what will be the numbers? We will going to substitute the value of p. So we will have T1 is equal to 2p minus 1, which is equal to 2 into 2 minus 1, which is equal to 3. Then what about T2? T2 is 3p plus 1. So we will have 3 into 2 plus 1, which is 7, and T3 is here 11. So students, a very easy question. I hope you all are getting this. Now let's move to the fourth question, which is which term of this AP is 0. We have been given the series and we have to find which term is going to be 0. Okay students. So here T1 is how much? T1 is 72. That is A is here 72. And what about D? D is how much here? When you will subtract T2 minus T1, what we are going to get? We are going to get 68 minus 72. 68 minus 72 will be how much, students? It will be minus 4, right? Now we know it is the Tn term is given as 0. Okay. So we know the formula Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. So now what we are going to do? Tn, we are going to substitute it as 0. is equal to A 72 plus n minus 1 into minus 4. So students, we will have 0 is equal to 72 minus 4n plus 4. So we have 0 is equal to 72 plus 4 is 76 minus 4n. So 4n is equal to 76 and n is coming to be 76 upon 4. So we will have 19. Okay. So in the 90th term we will have 0. So if you will ask that which term is 0, then we will say that the 90th term is the 0 term. Now students, it's telling find the middle term of this AP. Okay. So this AP is given and we have to find the middle term. How we are going to find it? Here we are seeing that firstly we will find what is the total number of terms. Suppose students, I have 5 terms, then the middle term will be which term? The middle term will be the third term. How we are getting? 5 plus 1 by 2, which is 6 by 2, which is equal to 3. Okay. So when the number of terms is odd, what we are getting? We are calculating n plus 1 by 2 like that. So here students, here firstly we will find what is the total number of terms here, then only we are going to find which is the middle term. So students, we have to find the total number of terms. What we can do here, we know the formula of Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. So students, Tn is nothing but 216 is equal to A is 6 here plus n minus 1 into D. D is how much here? Here A is 6 and D is 13 minus 6. So 13 minus 6 is how much? So we will have 13 minus 6 is equal to 7. Now students, what you are going to do? 216 minus 6 will be 210 is equal to 7 n minus 1. So n minus 1 will be equal to 210 upon 7. So n minus 1 is equal to 30. So we can say n is equal to 30 plus 1, which is equal to 31. So total number of terms is 31. Then which term is going to be the middle term? For the middle term, what we will do? We will do n plus 1 by 2, which is 31 plus 1 by 2. So we have 32 upon 2, which is equal to 16th. So now we know that the middle term is the 16th term is the middle term here. And how you are going to calculate the middle term? Simply we will put the value of Tn. We know Tn is equal to A plus 15D. A plus 15D. So you will calculate. A is 6 here. Then we have 15 into 16. Okay. So what we can write? A plus 15 into 16. So we have 6 plus 15, I can write 15 plus 1. So I will have 6 plus 225 plus 15 into 1 is 15 here. So we have 5, 5 and 6. So 6, 1. So 246 is going to be the middle term. Okay. So students, the term 246 is going to be the middle term. So students, let me tell you what we have done here. Here we have to find the middle term of AP. So how you can find, if I am telling you to find the middle row, firstly you will see what is the total number of row. If the number of row is 7, then you will say 7 plus 1 by 2 is 4 here. So 4th is the middle term, middle row. So here we have to find the middle term. So 216 is the last term. So we found that the total number of terms is 16. And total number of terms is 31 here. And for the middle term we applied n plus 1 by 2. So we got 16. and for t16 we simply put a plus 15d, and then we got the answer. Now students, the question is that which term of this AP will be 130 more than its 31st term. Okay, so this series is given and you have to find which term will be 130 more than its 31st term. So students, we know that a is here how much? A is here 5, d is here 15 plus 5 minus 5 is equal to 10. Okay, so t31 it will be how much? A plus n minus 1 into d, so it will be a plus 30d. So we will have 5 plus 30 into 10, so we will get 5 plus 300, so we will get 305. So which term of this AP will be 130 more than its 31st term? So Tn has to be 130 more than the 31st term. So 31st term is 305. So T31 plus 300. So we will have 305 plus 300. So we will have 605. Okay. So Tn is going to be 605. So students, we have got Tn is equal to 605. Now you have to find the value of n. Okay, so what we are going to do? We know that Tn is a plus n minus 1 into d. So it's going to come as 605. Now when we will substitute the value, a is here 5, then d is 10 here, n minus 1 into 6 is equal to 605. So 10 into n minus 1 is equal to 600. So n minus 1 is equal to 60. So n is equal to 60 plus 1, which is 61. So students, what we can say, which term of the AP will be 130 more than its 31st term? So we will say that the 61st term is going to be 300 more than the 31st term. So what we have done here in the sequence, we know the value of A and D. So we got the so we calculated the 31st term. So we got A plus 30D, that is 305. Then in the formula of Tn, we put the value which is equal to 605. Then we got the answer, the value of n, which is coming as 61. Okay. Now students, let me tell you what is arithmetic mean. You already know that if there is two term like A and B, okay, so if I have to find the arithmetic mean, then it will be A plus B by 2. Okay, so this is going to be the arithmetic mean. So students, if here the first term is A minus B and second term is A plus B, you have to find the arithmetic mean here. So AM will be T1 plus T2 by 2. So we will have A minus B plus A plus B by 2. So minus B plus B will get cancelled and we will be left with 2A upon 2, which is equal to A. Okay. So here the arithmetic mean is coming to be as A. If there are three numbers in form of AP, then one we will take as A minus D, then the second we will take as A, and the third we will take as A plus D. Because when you will do the sum, only A value will be there. Okay. So this thing you don't have to study now, but then also I thought to give you a quick recap of what do you mean by arithmetic mean. Now we have sum of n terms. Okay friends. So here we have the formula n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d is the formula of sum of n terms, or it is equal to n by 2 a plus l. So students, how we are going to find the formula of this? See students, it's very easy. Here we have Sn, we can write as it's the a plus d plus a plus 2d, like this, and the second last term will be how much here? L is there and we will subtract minus d, and the last term is coming as L. Again, what we can write, we can write it in the reverse form also. Like if I will tell you to add 2 plus 3, you can also write 2 plus 3 or 3 plus 2. Same way we will write here L plus L minus D plus L minus 2D. Here in this form we will have A plus D and lastly A. When you will do the sum 2 times, we will have 2Sn is equal to, here we are having A plus L. Again when you will add this 2, minus D plus 3 will get cancelled. Again we will have A plus L. For the third thing also, plus 2D and minus 2D will get cancelled. Again we will have A plus L. And lastly also we are going to get A plus L. Okay. So A plus L is appearing n times. So what we can write? We can write 2Sn is equal to n A plus L. If I have to find 2 plus 2 plus 2 10 times, then what you will write? 2 into 10. So we have 2Sn is equal to n into A plus L. So Sn is equal to n by 2 A plus L. So this is one of the important formula that if you know the first term and the last term and number of terms you know, then you can calculate the sum as n by 2 A plus L. Here L is nothing but Tn term, so it will be A plus n minus 1 into D. So when you will substitute the value, we will get 2A plus n minus 1 into D. Because when you will write A plus n minus 1 into D, A will get added and we will have 2A plus n minus 1 into D into n by 2. So this two, in these two way we can find the sum of n terms of any AP. Now students, if I have to find the nth term, how we can find? We will minus the, we will now students, if we have to find the nth term, how we will find? We will subtract the n minus 1 term sum from the Sn term. If I am having, if the series is like this 3, 6, 9 and here if you have 36, okay. So if you have to find the Tn term, you have to find the 36 which is the Tn term. Then here if the fourth term we have to find, then how I can find it? I will do the sum of fourth term and then I will subtract the sum of first three terms. Then I will get the fourth term. Okay. So students, the question which I have asked in the earlier the question which I have asked in the earlier the question which I asked in the starting of the video was like there was an auditorium, okay, and there was 30 rows. In first row we were having 20 seats. In second row we were having 24 seats. Like this we were having 20, 24, 28, okay. And we have to find the sum of the total number of chairs in the 30th row. So we will have S30 is equal to n by 2 2A plus n minus 1 into D, right? So here total we have 30th term, 30 rows are there, so we will do 30 upon 2. 2A will be, A is here how much? In the first row we are having 20, so we will have A as 20. So 2 into 20 plus 30 minus 1 will be 29 into D is how much here? 4. So now you can easily calculate. Here we will have 15 and then we will have 40 plus 9 4 is 36, 4 2 is 8, 9 4 is 36, 3, 4 2 is 8, 19, 11. So when you will multiply 15 with 6, 156, you will get the answer. Okay students. Now it's given that a sum of a sum of rupees 200, a sum of rupees 2800 is to be used to award 4 prizes. Okay, so a sum has already been given that if there is a school, a certain amount is given that um, you have to take the prizes of students in this amount only. Okay, so here the question is given that the sum of rupees 2800 is to be used to award 4 prizes. 4 prizes has to be given whose sum is going to be 2800. If each prize is rupees 200 less than the preceding price, find the value of these prizes. Okay, so students, the sum is given here. If the, we will write, let the cost of first prize is equal to, say, A. Okay, so second prize cost will be how much? It's going to be, it's written that if each prize is 200 less than the preceding term, so it will be A minus 200. Similarly, third prize will be A minus 400, and the fourth prize will be A minus 600. Now we know that sum of the amount of the prizes is given to 2800, and about Sn we know it is n by 2 A plus L. A plus L. L is how much here? A minus 600 is equal to 2800. So we are having n by 2 2A minus 600 is equal to 2800. Okay, n is how much here? 4. So 4 upon 2 will be 2 here. So we will have 2A minus 600 is equal to 2800. So we will have 2A minus 600 is equal to 1400. So 2A will be here, how much here? 2000. So here we will say that A will be 2000 upon 2, which is 1000. Okay, so the first prize will be of rupees 1000, then the second prize will be of 1000 minus 200, that is 800. So we can write, so cost of first prize is equal to rupees 1000. Second prize will be 1000 minus 200, which is 800. Third prize cost will be 1000 minus 400, which is rupees 600. And fourth prize will be rupees 400. Okay students, so in this way you can solve the question. So what we have done here, the sum of the cost of the prizes is given as 2800, and it is given that the each prize is less the first prize. So students, what we have done here, the sum is given as 2800, and it is given that the each prize is 200 less than the preceding price. So we have done A plus D, A plus 2D and A plus 3D. So we have subtracted 200 each like that, and then in Sn formula we used n by 2 A plus L, and then we got the answer. Now the question is saying find the sum of the first n terms of an AP whose nth term is 5n minus 1. Hence find the sum of first 20th term. Okay. So here what we have to find, here we have to find the sum of the first n terms of an AP whose nth term is this. So Tn is already given as 5n plus 5n minus 1. Student, to find the sum of first n term, that is Sn, we need what values we need? We need n by 2 if it is 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay. So we know we need the value of a and d here. So how we can calculate? For t and what we can write? Here we will substitute the value of n as 1. We will get 5 into 1 minus 1, which is 4. T2 will be how much? 5 into 2 minus 1, which is equal to 9. T3 will be how much? 5 into 3 minus 1, which is equal to 14. Like this we are getting. So students, here the a is how much here? 4. Common difference is T2 minus T1 is 9 minus 4, which is 5. So Sn is S20 is equal to n by 2, 20 upon 2. 2a is how much here? 2 into 4 plus 19 into 5. This I can write 10. Here we will get. Okay. Okay students. So 20 upon 10 we are getting. 2 into 4 will be 8 here. Then we have 95. So we have 10 into 95 plus 8 will be how much here? We will have 103. So the answer will be 1030. So the sum of first 20 term will be 1030. Okay. Now the question is saying the 14th term of an AP is twice its 18th term. If the 16th term is minus 8, then find the sum of first 20th term. Okay. So here students, T14 of an AP is twice its 8th term. So it is written that T14th of an AP is twice its 8th term. If the 16th term is minus 8, if the sixth term is given as minus 8, then we have to find the sum of first 20 terms. To find S20 we have to find. So student, T14 is nothing but a plus 13d is equal to 2 into T8 is how much? A plus 7d. So we are having a plus 13d is equal to 2a plus 14d. So we are having a plus d is equal to 0. T6 is 18 minus 8 here. So T6 is minus 8. So we can write a plus 5d is equal to minus 8. Okay. So if this is the first equation and this is the second equation, subtracting second equation from the first equation, what we will get? A plus 5d minus a, we will write here. Equation 2 minus equation 1, we will have a will get cancelled and we will left with 4d is equal to minus 8. So we will have d is equal to minus 2. Okay. So d is coming as minus 2. When you will put the value here, we will get a minus 2 is equal to 0. So a is equal to 2. Okay students. So a is 2 here and d is minus 2 here. We have to find the sum of 20 terms. Now we know the value of a and d. So what we are going to do? S20 we are going to write n by 2. 2a plus n minus 1 into d. 2a plus 19 into minus 2. So 20 upon 2, 4 minus 38. So we will left with 10 into 38 minus 4 will be how much here? Minus 34. So we are getting minus 340. So students, the sum of first 20 term will be here minus 340. So what we have done here students, here T14 is given, T40 the relation between T8 and T14 is given, which is T14 is equal to twice of T8. So we have substituted the value. T14 is equal to a plus 13d. T8 is equal to a plus 7d. Then we and T6 is given minus 8. So a plus 5d is equal to 8 minus 8. So we got the two equations. Then we found out the value of a and d. And then in the formula of Sn we put the value of a and d, and then we got the answer. Now we will move to the last question of this class. And the question is 200 logs are stacked in the following manner: 20 logs in the bottom row, 19 in the next, 18 in the next, to it, and so on. In how many rows are the 200 logs placed, and how many logs are in the top row? Okay. So whenever this word problem will be given, you have to firstly read the question. If you are not understanding in one time, then you can read twice also, and then you will get what the question is saying, and that it's very easy. You have to use the formula of AP, and then you will get the answer. So the question is saying 200 logs are stacked in such a manner that 20 logs in the bottom row. So you must have seen in the forest or somewhere like that some logs are stacked. So here it is saying some logs are stacked like this. Okay. So in this in the bottom row we have 20 logs. Okay, like this we are having 20 logs, and then in the next we are having 19 logs like this. Then which is the next row, then again one log is reducing, then we have 18 like this. It is preceding. Okay, so what we can write, and here the so we can say that here the first log is number of logs in the first row is given 20, and then we have to find in how many rows are there, so that the total number of logs is 200. Okay, so here T1 is here 20, T2 is here 19, T3 is 18, like this it is proceeding. Okay, so we can say that this is an AP. Why? Because 19 minus 20 is minus 1. Similarly 18 minus 19 is minus 1. So here we have A is equal to 20, D is equal to 19 minus 20, which is equal to minus 1. Sn is given. We know the formula of Sn is equal to n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into D. Why I am not using a plus l? Because we don't know the value of the last number of logs in the row. So we are using n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into D. Total number of logs is already given, which is equal to 200. And we have to calculate. So n by 2, 2a will be how much here? 40 plus n minus 1 into minus 1. So students, we are having 400 is equal to n into 40 minus n plus 1. So we are having 400 is equal to n. 40 plus 1 is how much here? 41 minus n. So we are having 41n square, 41n. So we are having here 400 is equal to 41n minus n square. So we can write n square minus 41n is equal to 400. Okay. So now we have got the quadratic equation like this. We have to split it in such a manner that the sum will be minus 41 and the product will be minus 400. So 400, if we will do the prime factorization by 5, we will get how much here? 80. Then again by 5 we will get 16. Then from 2 we will get 8. 5 5 is 25, 25 2 2 again, then we will have 4 2 2. Now see how we can write it in the middle term. How we can write? So here students, if I will take 5, it will be 25, and here 2 into 2 4, 4 into 2 8, 8 into 2 16. So we can write n square minus 25 and minus 16 and minus 400 is equal to 0. When you will take here n common, you will get n minus 25. When you will take minus 16 common here, we will get n minus 25 again is equal to 0. So now when you will do this, we will have n minus 25 into n minus 16 is equal to 0. So n is coming as 25 or 16. So students, we are getting two value of n, which how we can calculate further. We know that if in the after the top row we will have no logs there, so can I write Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. So if I will write 0 here, then I will have a is how much here. In the first log we had 20. In the first log we had, so in the first row we had 20 logs were there. So I will write 20 minus n minus 1 into minus 1. So 20 minus n plus 1. So n is equal to 21. So in the 21st row there is no logs is there. Okay. So the value which is n is equal to 25, this is not correct. So the topmost row will be how much here? Here the 16th row will be the topmost. So we can write total number of rows is equal to 16. And how many logs are there in the 16th row? If you have to find this, then how we are getting? Now we have to find the number of logs in the topmost row, and we know that the topmost row is 16. So how we can get it? We have to find the value of Tn. So T16 if we had to find, then it will be a plus 15d. A is here 20 plus 15 into d is here minus 1. So we will have 20 minus 15, which is equal to 5. So we can write, hence there are total 16 rows, and in the 16th row we have 5 logs. So this is going to be our answer. So students, what we have done in this question, here the question is given that 200 logs are stacked in such a manner that 20 logs are there in the bottom row, then 19, then 18, like that, and the total number of logs is given 200. Okay. So when you will analyze it in the form of AP, we have 20, 19, 18 like this, and sum is also given. So firstly we will calculate what will be the total number of rows, which will be the last row. Then we calculated it, and then we found that n is equal to 16, and then T16 we found out to be, it's going to be 5. So students, what we have studied in this chapter, whatever slides we have studied, the main thing which we have studied is when the series will be in the AP, when the common difference will be the same, D will be same, then we will say that in the form of AP. How we will calculate D? We will do T2 minus T1 or T3 minus T2 like that. Okay. So then we found out that it will be in the form of A plus D, A plus 2D, like that. So we can write Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. Okay. Then we found out that arithmetic mean of two numbers will be A plus B by 2 if two numbers are A and B. Then we find that the sum of n terms is equal to n by 2 a plus l, or it is n by 2 2a plus n minus 1 into d, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay, and then we solve some questions. I hope you are getting all the questions, and wherever you will face the problem, you can connect with me via mail also, and we will solve it, students. So prepare more and more questions, and you will get more and more confident about the chapter also. Thank you, students.